This is Lizzie from Let Zoe Spoil You.
And Sagira from Sagira Salutes You. And together, we are Newbie versus Weeaboo. Sagira, Newbie.
Lizzie, a Weeaboo.
It's Newbie versus Weeaboo.
This podcast is brought to you by a veteran anime fan, myself, Lizzie, who wanted to share their love with a friend. That would be Sagira, who is our newbie. Each week, I make Newbie watch an anime film, and we discuss it from the points of view of someone who has watched anime for 25 years, did a master's in Japanese culture, and spent time in Japan, versus someone who has watched the Death Note in dub.
So, Sagira, what did we watch today?
My synopsis of the film is if Lady Macbeth was to marry Mad Max.
That's a very good synopsis. Yeah, we watched MD Geist, which is clearly made by someone who watched way too much Mad Max. But didn't really get the essence of Mad Max at all. Oh, I'd forgotten this one. I was like, I haven't seen Mad Max in years. I haven't seen MD Geist in years. I can't remember anything that happened in it. Well, this is why. Because it's rubbish.
It's stupid. I'm so glad you said that. And what she was going, I hope this isn't one of her favourites because this is stupid.
I was sitting there watching it going, oh my God, I feel really bad that I'm making Beak Watchers. No wonder I've forgotten everything of it. It is instantly forgotten.
Thank
dumb.
God. Thank God.
This is so bad. So bad. Like, I just kept trying not to crack up during it or trying to, just shout at the screen because I wanted to save it for camera. And I'm sitting there holding myself going, the dub is dire. No one could emote.
It was so bad.
And a little bit of the sub that I showed you at the end sounds so much better.
It does. It suits the characters. Like, the voices, they just did not suit those people in the dub at all.
The dub was awful. And some of them didn't even emote. We're leaving you. Sorry. Bye. Cool. Thanks for that. That was pivotal.
Well, it showed you the kind of film that it was right from the start with just blood, 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 blood. So you kind of knew.
Yeah, but it wasn't even good blood.
No, it was like that wispy, dusty blood.
Yes. I mean, it was like the very first scene was someone exploding and all their guts and intestines flying around. And then you never saw anything that violent ever again.
No,
and I was like, oh.
Well, the rest of it, people just melted.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter if they were being crushed. It didn't matter if they were being, exploding. It doesn't matter what was happening. They just melted.
And it didn't matter if you shot them in the head or crushed their skull. They still managed to scream afterwards. You've been stabbed in the head. How dare you? Your face is being crushed. You've been shot. No! Oh, it was so bad. I'm like, there's a part 2, and I'm like, I just don't want to watch part 2 to find out what happens next. I can't sit through another one of these.
Well, when he said it's just the beginning, I was like, oh, really?
And I was sitting there going, I'm hoping it's a self-contained one. I'm hoping it's a self-contained one. And we don't need to watch any more. Well, yeah, this is why this one didn't register in my memories of watching it.
I advise...
much better.
I would say for people to watch it for the experience.
Yeah.
But don't expect a lot when you're watching it, because,
No, believe me, and there's ultra-violent stuff that exists like this, and it's so much better. There are so many better ones than this, which is why this didn't make it onto my list of ones I remembered.
I did like the soundtrack, that was funny. Dangerous.
Do you think he's dangerous? And then he would sing it again in Japanese. Yeah. So he was just like, apple night. And I'm like, you're just saying dangerous, it's dangerous. And then singing it's dangerous in Japanese. Every single song was like that. So the first song, I can't remember what it was going on about, but it was just like, are you lonely? Are you lonely? And then it was just going, Hitori Jima. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're literally just saying it. You're just saying the same thing over and over in 2 different languages. And all the synth guitars, you could tell this was made in the 80s, because everything was mullet and synth guitars.
Or the ghosts.
Why is there a ghost in this scene? It's like synth guitar. What score? The score. That was the bit that broke me and I finally had to release, because I was like, oh my God, the scoring is so bad.
It was, at the beginning, it was very visual. There wasn't much dialogue at the beginning.
No.
Not much dialogue.
You kind of had to piece it together a bit. And even when you find out what the text said, it was just like, well, it doesn't actually fill in some of the gibberish.
But even when people started to talk, it was still very visual. Like, they'd do like a line and then be like, more vis. the other line. Mortgage.
I think the animation in the day would have been stunning. It definitely looks dated now, although some of the movement is really good. The mecha designs, anything non-human, looked great. I liked all the it's the humans that didn't look really good, and the dub really makes them sound cardboard.
I liked the robot suit he was in.
Yeah.
And it had like a samurai kind of influence
Yes.
to it. I thought that was really clever.
I did like that, yeah. The technology and the robot mechanical and the mecha stuff was good, because he was like kind of like, it looked like a classic samurai suit, and a little bit like if he was also an American footballer when the thing went down.
Yeah, the visor.
And I was like, okay. So it's like, I liked that. But there was no real world building, and we had no idea what his motivation was.
No, I didn't have a clue what was actually happening. You know,
It was just like, you used to work for the military and you're a super soldier, and then you get put in cryo and shot onto the moon or something, and then the war is still going on.
Did he have a hole in his head?
Yeah!
And then he peeled it off?
Yes!
What was
I
that?
don't know, I never got it. I was like, oh, he's been shot in the head. Oh no, it was only a fake one for you, so you think I'm dead. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't think you're dead because you've just jumped onto my spaceship and shot me in the face. So you weren't really fooling anybody into being dead.
Another thing that confused me.
I was like, what's going on? And then it didn't really explain the fact that there'd been a time jump. So one minute he was a soldier in a uniform, and the next minute he was naked with long hair and hadn't shaved. And I was like, and then then the line was like, oh, how long have I been napping? And I was like, oh, so he got put back in cryo because he's too dangerous a soldier, and they clearly tried to like shoot him onto the moon.
Oh,
and then somehow he'd got back from the moon, or it was set on the moon. I'm not entirely sure. It's like, fill in the gaps! Fill in the gap! And it turned into Mad Max, where the military is still fighting and nobody has won forever. And then...
I'm very... What's with the bondage look, with the hot pants and the captain hats and all that kind of stuff? Like, that was...
Yeah,
just three of them were like, yeah, this is the look for us.
You'll notice that look a lot in 80s anime. They all look really queer.
Why?
I actually love it.
Oh no, I'm not saying it looks bad. I just don't understand, because the rest of them were all like military and like, oh, it's the desert. Let's make sure we got our
they were
knees
in the
covered.
military, and anyone who wasn't in the military, the Mad Max people. That's what you would wear in the future.
But
hot pants and...
You cover your knees, because if you fell on your knees, that would hurt. And you have to cover, parts of you because of the dust. And
I don't know. Do you remember the early Mad Max films? And they were just like in bondage gear running around.
True.
So yeah, they definitely watched Mad Max when they made this. But that weird kind of style of hat, so prominent in anime during this era, to the point where I was desperate to have one.
It's like... it's kind of like showing authority without having authority.
Yeah.
So it's like a dominant character, I'm a dom.
If you get the sexy hat, and I was
then
like,
you're a dom.
I always wanted one of those sexy hats.
I thought that the backgrounds were very static.
Yes.
So like things like inside the big tanks and stuff, there was no flashing lights or anything. It was just like this. And then I noticed, so I was like, when they're flying and stuff and there's the clouds going by, I'm like, is that the same clouds? And in one scene, there was a blip of where it went back to the start of the clouds. And I was like, yes. So, yeah, very lazy in that regard.
I don't think this one is going to go down as one of the greats compared to some of the other animes that I've showed you, or I will show you. This one this was not good.
The Brain Palace.
God!
Is it called the Brain Palace, or is it just a really bad... translation, or the Brain Palace?
I went to the Brain Palace and the secret weapon, the Death Force.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Death Force is what you saw it. It's definitely called that. So I think the Brain Palace is what it's called.
It just sounded like a really bad translation.
Yeah, it was not a good
like it should
name
be like the
the
Intellect Palace or something like that. But it's like no, the Brain Palace.
Oh God, no! There was some dodgy naming. Also, they went to the Brain Palace with this military unit, and then everyone had died apparently, and the guy was like, sorry, like Timmy and Jimmy and
John.
And John. I was like, who are any of these characters? The only one I remember is Sakamoto, because he had the worst delivery of a line ever, and he goes, no, don't worry about it, Sakamoto. And I'm like, okay, that one's called Sakamoto. But he listed off 5 other names. I don't even remember there being 5 other characters in their party. And then they get to the bit with the robot, and he's like, aha, you cannot live. And then disappears. And I'm like, what? Did you go out a door? Wait a minute. It's like, I know you can't live. It's like, but you weren't alive when you met him the first time round. I'm like, how are you? And Oh.
The one thing that I liked that was like, oh, that's anime, was when he jumped in the air and they had all the anime lines behind him to show movement. It's like, classic anime.
Yes,
that's what we want. That's less static background. Yeah. At least it shows action.
Yeah, no.
You know? So I was quite happy with that. But yeah, the robot fight lasts. It seemed like it lasted like 10 minutes. I was just like, it's like the robot's down. Oh, next formation. Oh no, he's exploded. Oh, next formation.
It's always like, this is my final form. This is really my final form. It's a thing in all anime. But the fact is, the robot fight was boring, and because it was in really close quarters, it was just like they were squishing a kettle and a toaster together, and you couldn't really tell which one was which at half the time. The only reason you could tell which one was what is when his skin melted off in the weird goo. And then it was like, haha, I'm now more cyborgy with a weird cyborgy brain. I'm like, that looks cool. But like, it's no Battle of Angel Alita.
No, it really wasn't. It was boring. It was a boring boss fight. And then my favourite part of the whole thing.
Oh no, the man who's trying to kill me is coming towards me. I'm going to laugh maniacally at me and then be surprised when he reaches out and squashes my face. You had all that time to maybe get out of there. You're coming towards me. Oh dear, you squished my face.
He wasn't exactly moving quickly, so he had time. But it's just the...
Oh. What do you think MD Geist was going to do? You've literally said he's the most dangerous military weapon.
And he's just killed all your friends, Jimmy and Timmy and
John and Lewis and Sakamoto. Oh, it was just like,
bad.
Oh, this is bad.
Well, I've actually run out of things to say because that's all I have.
Well, yeah, no, and it was just the ending when the girl turns back up again, and it's like the beginning. What are you screaming at? The beginning of what? I don't even know what the Death Force is meant to do.
But that's the thing. If we saw him crushing her or something, and it's like, that's why she's screaming. But it was literally just stood there holding her, with her screaming her face off, and it's like, what is anything going to?
Well, the Death Force thing is counting down. It's like, why are you worried about that? If you hadn't have been there, if they never got involved, the Death Force thing might still have happened.
It was an Indiana Jones moment. Doesn't matter what you were going to do, was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, oh, this is dumb. God, it's dumb.
So what should we rate it out of?
Oh, God, dum-dums.
Melting faces.
Hand-squashed heads. Just dumb faces. Dumb faces where dumb stuff happens to them.
Yeah. I give it 2, and that's been generous, and it's only because we had such a good time laughing at how bad it was.
I'm exactly agreeing with you, because I'm doing 2 as well, because I did get a laugh out of the this dub is so bad. This line delivery, woo! It was just so dumb. It was just so dumb. So I did. It did make me laugh. I don't think that's what the intention. No, in any way, shape, or form.
It was a good slapstick comedy.
It was just I like the bit. She's like, I'm just gonna randomly get naked and be like, oh yeah, have you made love to a real woman? If you just go away.
Well, that's
I'm like, you a robot? Because
that's what I thought.
And then she's all making out of him, and then she starts going, oh, it's like, you can't kiss someone and make sex noises just by lying on top of them.
And he's not doing anything. He was literally static. He was like, I'm not doing anything.
And she's like, and I'm like...
But then, the thing is, he grabs her hair and pulls her off. Yeah. Now, you could see that as, abusing a woman, but he was technically getting raped.
Yeah, he did not want it to happen.
No, so
she would not take no and was literally on top of him, and he's like, get off me. Please leave.
Yeah, exactly. So he had every right to pull her by the hair. It's he doesn't want it. God, good God, he's a robot that can't feel love.
Yeah, clearly. I loved all the posing. All the here's me in my sunglasses. Here's me just standing on something. All this, it's very windy, this place, because my blonde hair is always
it's a poof. My hair is all a poof.
I'm standing on top of the motorbike. I'm standing here. That was so much posing. I'm like, oh my God, stop posing and fight something. Oh, terrible.
So, we watch the second part?
Oh God, no. I think I'm all right without ever knowing what the big reveal is for the next episode.
We'll never know the Death Force.
Oh, I don't think I care. Thank you for watching the episode, and if you want to hear more from me, you can find me on these social medias.
And if you'd like to know more about me, you can find me on these social medias.
From a Weeaboo, it's Johnny.
And from a newbie, it's bye-bye.